My name is Andre Early, host of Right Now Leaders, and we are on location at the National Society of Black Engineers Region One Conference, where I will be sitting down with over 20 extraordinary Right Now leaders in the field of engineering. That's what I want to do. So be prepared to be motivated.
And we're talking about what AI means for us.
By soon-to-be early career hires that are not only making an impact, but are blazing the trail for tomorrow. Right now. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see an episode of Right Now Leaders, but what we do is focus on, those that are about to start their career journeys or are early on in their career journeys, and it gives them a voice, and it gives us an opportunity to see what the future actually can potentially look like. Right. So that's what we're all about. So it's a blessing to be here at this regional NSBE conference, because honestly, if people aren't paying attention, they have no idea that this exists. Right. So that's why, it gives us a joy to come out and be able to highlight, what we see on a regular basis. Right. So with that being the case, sir, just introduce yourself again, and we're going to talk about just a few things and carry on the conversation.
Absolutely.
All right.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Jamel Usen. I'm currently serving as the Region One Upstate Zone Chair. I reside at the University of Buffalo, where I'm pursuing my master's in electrical engineering, specializing in Internet of Things, so mostly 5G carriers, and also doing independent projects on machine learning. I've taken on the role mostly because I'm passionate about NSBE altogether, specifically engineering more towards just because I want to build a brighter future for STEM and POC communities for the most part. And I'm mostly taking the initiative because I resonate with leadership. I like to lead and delegate for the most part. So for the most part, this ensemble mostly stayed in tune with me.
Okay. Well, welcome. I do have a question for you. STEM, the theme is advancing STEM. What is STEM and what does it mean to you?
STEM. So yes, STEM in broad sense, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. So what does that mean to me is mostly, when I think of STEM, I usually like to think of, in a sense, being a critical thinker for the most part, because we're always branching for a brighter tomorrow. We're always thinking, what's a more intuitive way to go about things. So when I think of STEM, I really just think of more towards advancing in the tech route, in the mathematical route, in the science route, and just looking for, what's the next big thing? Like, how can we change the norm and apply to something bigger? Like, what does critical thinking look to us, and how we could apply that to multiple things?
Okay, so with that being the case, and as you're looking at the whole field from a critical thinking perspective, when you're in your environment, I'm sure not too many look like you. Yeah. How do you navigate through those waters?
So yeah, from my journey, I've always been in a PWI community, especially from adolescent years up until college. It's kind of been an independent journey for the most part. It's been a little discouraging because I never felt like I could become a STEM student or an engineering student, especially branching off to college. I was only one of 3 Black students in a class population of 200 engineering students for the most part. And again, though it was discouraging, there was some things that kept me going. Whenever I see, student alumni from my school, they always, cheered me on, saying, I'm making, a name for myself. I'm making a legacy for the community for the most part, because I'm showing that people who are POC can carry on the mantle doing, high integrated, career paths. And it's been, it's been touching on that I could, inspire people for the most part. Being the oldest in my family, I have about a dozen cousins, and when I graduated undergrad, my baby cousin, who's about 5 now, Nathan, he told me, I want to be just like Jamel. And I was like, what do you mean? I want to be an engineer like you. And I pretty much had to, start a roadmap of just like inspiring my family. My younger brother, who is just starting college, he's a business major, but I got him to look into IT, just to get insight from the tech path. My baby cousin Nathan, as mentioned earlier, he's looking into NSBE Junior, so he wants to get an early start with the engineering path as well. So knowing that my work is more than just, academics, it actually has an impact on people within my community. It's really like my motivation and keeping me going and striving above and beyond.
Okay. You're a leader within NSBE in this region. what type of impact have you made, and what type of impact has NSBE made with all of the students that are involved?
Right. So to start with the impact that I've made, and again, I like to say I'm a very versatile person. I've played a role in leadership in multiple ways within the school, outside of NSBE. I've been residential advisor, senate for the whole school, and played 3 roles for NSBE as well. So my leadership route was mostly delegating and motivating students to stay scholarly for the most part. Really, push the mission statement about what it means to be a successful engineer. And what NSBE altogether has done for me was really just encourage me to continue on that mantle. And what NSBE has done altogether for the community, likewise, I would say, it's really, through discouraging times, the community is always there to uplift you, to encourage you, to be a more due diligent kind of person, open paths in terms of programs, opportunities, work experiences, pretty much just assure you that, no matter which path you take, there's always room for growth and opportunity. There's never a sheer sign of failure, because every, experience you go through is a learning curve, So there's always room for improvement. There's always room to take insight with what you've done in the past.
Okay. That's what's up. Thank you. So let me ask you this then. You've already graduated with an undergraduate degree, right? You're currently in a second, did you say your second master's program?
My first master's.
Your first master's, okay.
Looking into a second right after this, but gonna hopefully start work and then just do my master's at the same time.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to segue into. I don't like to make assumptions, but I will assume that you did at least participate in a few internship programs while as an undergraduate student?
Yeah. So to kind of just walk you through that, during my undergrad sophomore year, I was part of my school's C-STEP program, which is Collegiate Science and Technology Engineering program, and I pretty much just did independent research focusing on satellites and improving its performance when it comes to contact with 5G carriers. And that actually got me into my first internship at Boeing, where I did a similar project on improving satellites on a bigger scale. So a lot of data analytics, just comparing and contrasting. And leading on till last year, it led me to my third internship with Boeing, where I just focused on network file servers. They pretty much told me, with the kind of work that I'm doing, it's an easy transition to full time. So I'm just trying to stay in touch with the team, stay in touch with everyone, and just securing that open door.
Awesome. So 3 to 5 years from now, where are we going to be?
3 to 5 years from now. That's a good question. I always like to think long term. So I always ask myself, where am I 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? So as mentioned, early steps, segueing in, graduating with my master's, hopefully jumpstarting to my work 3 years from now, working within my team, hopefully in a lead position while pursuing my second master's, whether it's systems engineering or MBA program, just so I could have that business background, leadership background, and more technical skills to apply to my team when it comes to more nitty-gritty projects.
Awesome. If there's one thing you can share with yourself as a freshman, what would you share?
I think I would share a motto I follow with right now, BCI, Build, Connect, Innovate. So what I've learned from that was coming into freshman year, it's pretty much a whole different environment of things you go through. I pretty much went through imposter syndrome the entire year, where I thinking, I wasn't good enough for this, I should really keep a low profile. So again, I personally wouldn't change anything because I learned and grow through those experiences, but I would tell myself to be more open-minded, really look into the possibilities of what if, don't really shy away regardless of what the outcome is for the most part. So in terms of building projects, building a community, connecting with that community, networking, see where it takes off, innovating, again, just thinking outside the dome, whether or not it's academics, whether or not it's projects, whether or not it's just, open doors of leadership opportunities, But I would tell my younger self to follow that motto and not shy away, even if you don't believe you can do the work, at least attempt it, so see where it can get you.
Okay. Well, sir, thank you for taking this time out, for participating in this conversation. A member of my team is going to be probably off to the side. I want to make sure that we connect via social media, because I'm going to be following up with you via LinkedIn
Right.
in about 3 to 5 years, seeing what's going on, where you are, and how this career of yours is really going to take off.
Absolutely.
So I see some great things about to happen. So
Definitely
thank you again for participating in Right Now Leaders, sir.
Absolutely. It's
All
a
right.
pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
But are blazing the trail for tomorrow, right now.